Economic collapse news. GM is hurting billions of dollars. Dow crashes. Real estate in trouble. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluFF.com, and today I'm going to be bringing about and talking about things that you're not going to be hearing in your sphere of influence, I may say. What am I talking about? Well, GMC, the workers are on strikes, and it's costing the company billions of dollars, millions and billions. And why are workers striking? Well, because, as I brought to you guys a couple of days ago, there was a run on the banks, and the Fed had to step in, pump out $75 billion a day till October 10th. Per day, $75 billion, not million, $1 billion. So what these things that are happening like this, what happens is it dilutes the workers' paychecks. So when they get their money, they're still getting the same amount that they were getting before. But when they go to the grocery store, when they go to the gas station, when they try to take the kids to the movies, the cost of goods are getting more and more expensive. And this is a hidden tax. Most people don't even realize it's happening to them. Most people think it's normal. This is the way it should be. And what's happening is that the workers, GMC workers, are working full-time. They're making cars. Sure, they're crappy cars versus Toyota, but they still are producing. And because of their unions, they demand a lot more money. And what is happening is that these workers are not going to work, and they're not getting paid. And after a certain period of time, they start getting paid maybe like $250 a week, and after a certain more time, they get paid like $300 a week. But that's barely nothing compared to what they used to get on their paychecks. So therefore, that means that more and more people are falling behind on their house payments. Okay, which we'll talk about in a second. That's why I say is real estate in trouble. Now we're seeing strikes all over the nation. From school teachers, from what's happening, what we just talked about with GM workers, with other companies. And more this will happen because as the Fed prints more money, as we go to wars, endless spending, endless debts, I don't know if you guys know the average police officer, if you watch their uniform and all the outfits and all the guns, like every little thing costs a lot of money on them. So if the gun costs $400 or $500, the shoes cost X much, the pants cost this much, the handcuffs cost this much, the spray, the magazines, the belt, the hat, we spend so much into that, and Big Brother spends so much into growing itself and empire chasing versus the citizens, and that's why people go strike. Now the side effect of that is that like the water spills into the water, if you have a pitcher of water and you keep filling it over, what happens is it leaks through the side. So the leap to the side means that all the chains that work with GMC, all the vendors, all the manufacturers, all the retails, all the whatever deliveries, those are getting freeze too. Okay, and also another spillover is, as I already talked about, is that homeowners that are working for GMC are not getting paid because they're only getting $250 or $350 a week versus the actual pay because they're on pay strike. They're becoming more and more delinquent on their payments, which eventually is going to lead into foreclosure, because most, by a poll that was done recently, half of America doesn't even have $400 to come up for emergency. So that said, we're at very close at economic collapse. GM is closing locations. So the spill effect is that more people will default in the real estate, which will add on the inventory. The spill effect is more and more vendors and people that are adjacent to GM that work with them. They're going to lay off people, and then people are not going to be able to pay their mortgages, and then more people will default, which increases to the inventory, as I've been predicting since 2016, I told you guys that, man, the market looks really, really crazy, and gold was the play. Gold was the play. I even have videos about it on there. All right, people said I was crazy. Now, I mean, yeah, I'm crazy to what I say, what I see comes true. Now, I'm not a prophet. I don't have a crystal ball, but it doesn't take a brain science if you just are willing to think for yourself to see all the symptoms of what's going on around us, which are massive death, massive spending. People have stuff, government has stuff, no one even pay for it. It just print, get into debt-based economy, and, growth without substance, and with those kind of ideas, we're just robbing Mother Earth. We're robbing your kids' lives, and and at the same time taxing the shit out of us, which causes workers to go on strike. Now, here's the catch-22. Okay, I mean, it's great that the workers want to go on strike, but they're putting their anger in the wrong direction. Okay, to GM, because in one way, GM's doing a favor for having the stores in America, the factories in America. I mean, they could go to other countries, like they have already one of the biggest factories in Mexico that just closed down because of these strikes. But GM could take their operation all to a different country, China, India, Pakistan, and do all that over there, because it's so hard for them to be able to make money and be competitive when they have to pay all this extra money and blah 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 blah. Okay, now I'm not picking sides on the owners or the employees. I understand both sides, but the problem is not if the employees are right or the owners right. The problem is that because of inflation and the cost of goods getting more and more, for example, GM is indebted. That's why we had to bail them out last time. Well, I'm not sure if we bailed them out. I think it was Ford. But a lot of the companies we did bail out. I think it was GM that we bailed out, if I'm not mistaken. That was 2006, 2007. So, if my memory provides me right. So, these corporations are indebted. That's what I talked about earlier. We live in a society where it's debt-based. It's not about true stability, true growth. It's about how fast can you grow exponentially. That's what people want. That's what stockholders want. That's what everyone wants, and we don't care about making it real good, making really good products, and making it the very, very best. Majority, we just want the cheapest. So with that mentality, the employers and the employees need to stop fighting each other and really turn into is there so much debt for the company? Why is there so much debt for the employees? Why is they got to keep raising the salaries? Because the Fed is printing money. The government, in a sense, is printing money, even though there's a difference between the Fed and the government. But it's, in one hand, that's what we do in America. We cubicize it, I guess. We separate the different sections. Okay, we say, hey, this is one company, or at ABC, this is like the FBI, this is the CIA, this is the, this is this, instead of saying this is all one big brother. Okay, but we don't call it like that. We separate it, and so that said, it confuses the employers, the employees, and the fight should be with the unlimited spending. The fight should be with unlimited equipment for the police, the inefficiencies in Big Brother, the massive growth and regulations and government of Big Brother. Because if we cut all those down, then we would have more liberties, and we would also have what? We would also have freedom. We would have less work, less taxation, less inflation. Because if we go back to real money or sound money or gold-backed money, then we have a better opportunity to have freedom for us and our kids versus this fake system that we live in, that Big Brother gets unlimited debt ceilings for them to spend on wars and killing a bunch of innocent people. And then the people in their own countries, or like Detroit, where 300,000 people have moved away because of what happened to a GMC. So the GMC fight is a very delicate thing, because GMC is in one sense doing the favor for those cities and counties for them to be there, because they can take their business to China or India or Pakistan or wherever. Okay, so and that's what a lot of companies have done. They've taken their business because there's too much regulation here in America. You know, you got to do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? And so they take their business somewhere else. There's no unions, other areas. And when that happens, is those areas that they close their plants, the areas that they lay off all those people, those areas go into massive recession. Okay, they go a massive recession, and bad things happen in those areas. A great example is Detroit. Okay, where we see that almost 300,000 of workers and employees and community members have just disappeared, where that town is scary to get into versus other parts. So we're in a very fine edge of economic collapse. We're in a situation where the employees are not making enough money to pay for their living. And the same thing has happened in France. You know, that's why we had the yellow vest movement. Okay, people were not able to pay for themselves, and that's why we had the yellow vest craziness, civil unrest out there. And like I said before, there's a possibility that we can't have civil unrest, because when people can't pay their bills, they're working all the time, they're not going to be happy about that. So guys, now what do I think about the real estate? Is the real estate in trouble? Absolutely. I've been forecasting that. I know a lot of flippers that are flipping houses, and they're not making any money. They flip and they don't make any money. Okay. I know real estate agents that are not doing deals like they were just 2 years ago. So has the market changed? Absolutely. I have students in my profit sharing coaching that are taking action. I got students in my abundance club, which is higher level coaching, and and I see the deals they bring in or motivated sellers that they find. And there's a lot of sellers that have tried to sell with a real estate agent and they can't. So the tide has changed. The economy has changed, even though they don't talk about it in Fox, ABC, NBC, all that good stuff, because they're owned by the corporate elites, and it's to their vast interest that people go to work versus they do strikes like GMC. I'm not down for the corporate elites. I think there should be just a lot of competition. We don't need too big to fail GMC or Ford, or we should have 50, 100 different car makers where people have the best options, get the best bang, where it's so hard to become a car manufacturer. Look at Tesla, all the challenges he had to go through. Okay. And we need less government, less regulation, so we can have entrepreneurship back in America, where people can have an idea and go exercise that idea, versus a bunch of paperwork for the bureaucrats to make a bunch of money, dude. Okay, guys, click the like button, share this message, support yourself. Again, support yourself by investing in one of these products. Support this channel by supporting yourself. First and foremost, you should definitely join my real estate discussion forums. It's totally free. There's a link right there where that little guy is. If you guys need hands-on, where I hold your hand and help you with real estate, then join my profit sharing. It's one of the most affordable things out there. It's for the whole year is $14.97 for the whole year membership, and we meet every week and you get to talk to me and my other students. There's a private forum. If you just need the know-how without hand-holding, then definitely check out the Academy. I have my 16 best courses, the best-selling courses, I should say, and the best courses that I've made. And you can have access to all of them for just $67. It's what I call unlimited Academy access. $67, you get access to all my courses. You might want to go check it out. And if you guys haven't got my free book, dude, go check it out. It's the REI Investor Starter Guide, and go check it out. If you're interested in more products, I got tons of products. Go to myrealestatedojo.com, click on shop, check out all the products that I have, from phone scripts to different types of marketing, how to structure deals, how to negotiate, different acquisition systems. Everything you need is up there. But the best bet is to join my profit sharing, because you get discounts on all the other products that I have. Guys, thanks for watching. Click the like button. Don't take no for an answer. Much love.